Have you ever wanted to get better at Fortnite? Have you ever wondered why no matter how much you play, you still aren't picking up dubs? Well then, you've come to the right place. Hello everybody, my name is Snelly. Today we'll be talking about the top 10 Fortnite tips to make you play like a pro. Now before I get into this, there are a few things you need to remember. The first thing you need to remember is that these are only tips. They may or may not help you get better at the game, but nevertheless, still try to apply them to a game. I need you to also remember that you will not get these down right away. Like every good player, it takes time to get these down. I'll get more into that later on. Now finally, these were in no specific order. They are all kind of just thrown in there. Alright, on to the first tip. Number 10, you probably hear this one a lot, and that will be to shoot only if you know you can hit it. Now, this also means to only attack the players if you're 100% positive you can eliminate the player. Frankly, if you don't think you can eliminate the player, then why attack? You don't want to die. For example, if you see somebody just sitting there sniping someone from the top of their base, try to get the snipe. That would be a situation where you want to take the shot and you're 100% positive. Number 9 would be an obvious one. Do not bush camp. If you want to get good at the game, bush camping is the last thing you want to do. You won't get kills, you won't learn how to get good at the game. In command game, players start checking bushes and shooting them in case there are players in there. Also, with the addition of the thermal scoped or assault rifle, you can see players right through the bush, so you're basically a sitting duck. For number 8, always get the high ground. Now I know you may think, Snelly, it's an obvious one. But as it may sound obvious, a lot of players still don't know how to do that. Once you get the high ground, it's when you have an edge up on them, literally. A build battle is one of the ways players battle for the high ground, and sometimes those can be really hard to win. So you just have to keep doing build battles to get good at them. You won't be able to just go into your first build battle and expect to win right away. It'll take a bunch of battles to get good at them. Number 7 is one personally I don't hear a lot, but I think we should all just know it, and that is to minimize noise. The reason you want to minimize noise is because if you're trying to sneak up on someone, they will be able to hear you, and it kind of makes it pointless and trying to sneak up on them. Excuse me, I meant to say, and if you're trying to sneak up on them, they will be able to hear you, and it kind of makes it pointless to try to sneak up on them. So my recommendation is an obvious one, and that would be to crouch and be slow, because when you're doing that, it's a lot harder to hear you coming, and you have a better chance of killing them. Number 6 is more favorite to console players, but I'll still try to help you PC players out. For console players, it'd be to use Builder Pro. It allows doing great in build battles, and that's because you can't build fast, and once you make the change over to Builder Pro, you realize a drastic change in play quality, and building will end up becoming your best friend. Now, for console players, the best suggestion I can make was to go look up Ninja, Myth, or FaZe Tfue controls, and use those. There's a reason all those streamers are really good at controls, and the number one reason for it, without a doubt. Now, for number 5, this is for the more passive than aggressive players, and don't worry, aggressive players, you're next. And for this tip, that would be to land as far from the buzzer as possible. And other players do that. And other players do that too. So try to land at the unnamed locations. They generally have nobody else landing, and you'll most likely be all alone. For the more aggressive players, we have the 4th tip. And that would be to always land at the first city the bus goes over. But keep in mind that Tilted Towers will always be the busiest place, no matter where the bus route is. I don't know why people love Tilted Towers. The picture on the screen is a good example of what I mean. For number 3, this is a tip that many people don't know about, and that would be to take advantage of first shot accuracy. Now you may be asking, Nelly, what in the world is first shot accuracy? First shot accuracy is when you stand still and let your crosshair get smaller until it looks like a plus sign with nothing else in the center. Now what does this sign mean? That sign means that your first shot will have perfect accuracy, and will go there, and will go where you tell it to shoot. Now keep in mind, not all guns have first shot accuracy, so if you're not getting it, it could be as simple as that gun just doesn't have it. Now, for number 2, we have a tip that I doubt you hear often, but would be to watch professional players play. Now, when I say that, it doesn't mean to only watch one player play. I'm going to watch, I'm saying go and watch a bunch of different pros play, and you'll start picking up their habits and playing and what they do. They'll start picking up their habits of playing and maybe start doing what they do. Maybe get a little bit better. For the final tip, we have one that you definitely hear 24/7. And I know, but this is the most important one. I know I said I wouldn't order them, but this is the only one that's in order. And that would be just to practice. You'll never get good at Fortnite if you don't practice. Do you think Ninja started playing Fortnite and knew what he was doing right away? There's no way to get good at Fortnite if you don't practice. And if you combine all these tips together, you should get a huge increase in play quality. That'll wrap it up for this top 10 and my first one ever out, frankly. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll make a part 2 to this video if I can get 15 likes. Also, in the comments, leave suggestions on what I should do in my next video. This was my first ever top 10, so clearly it was amazing. So recommendations would be so appreciated. My name is Stanley, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.